Judge, this is the case of the Walkers.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Mr. Walker, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Thank you, Your Honor. For the past year, I have been paying child support to my ex-wife, Jennifer. Currently, our daughter is in my mother's custody, and I'm bringing this case...
Wait. Why is your daughter in your mother's custody?
So, she was initially in my custody, but before this year, I was a teacher, and I got promoted to principal. But I'm now working at a school that's on the other side of town. I wanted to make sure that my daughter stayed in the school that she's in because she has been there for the past 4 years, and I wanted to make sure that, well, she's been in that district for the past 4 years, and I wanted to keep her development because I agree with the education plan that they have there. So I took the job because it was more money and it was a better career for me. And
more money, so should you be paying more in child support then? Making more money?
Well, I think that I should be paying my mother the child support. Currently, I'm paying my ex-wife the child support, and I have no idea where those funds are going.
How much do you pay in child support?
$500 a month.
Okay. Continue.
And so she's in my mother's custody right now. My mother is retired. We had the conversation. We had an amicable conversation about my daughter living with my mother because she is retired. She worked for the city of Dallas for 28 years.
She worked?
Ma'am, we do not need the extra. My bailiff, Mr. A.K. Fuller.
Is this dad's $500 a month in child support actually benefiting his daughter? Or is it quietly funding his ex's lifestyle? That's the burning question in today's courtroom clash right from the start. Even the judge seems skeptical. The father claims there should be accountability when it comes to where child support money goes. Meanwhile, his ex insists it's all for their daughter's needs. But when asked for receipts or proof, she falls short. What follows is a tense back and forth, packed with emotion and accusations. Neither side is budging, and the courtroom heats up as the issue of financial transparency in child support takes center stage. So let's hear it from you. Should parents be required to show how child support is spent? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're into real courtroom drama, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more.
Make sure that you're escorted out of this courtroom if you cannot control yourself. Understood?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. You may continue.
So ultimately, the main goal of this case is that I want to move the child support from my ex-wife and then start
rightfully so. There's no reason she should still be getting any type of child support payments. Ma'am, Ms. Walker, have you been reallocating these payments that you're receiving from Mr. Walker to his mother?
Yes, Your Honor. I have receipts. I have everything. I've been taking care of my child.
What type of receipts are you talking about?
Receipts for me buying her food, clothes,
okay, shoes. That's called parenting. That's not child support.
Well, I'm using his money for the kid.
But the child does not live with you, correct?
Because of him.
Wait, did she really try to use clothing receipts and pool maintenance bills as evidence for child support? That's not parenting. That's personal spending. Let's get one thing straight. Child support is for necessities. Food on the table, doctor visits, school supplies, not luxury extras like designer clothes or a backyard pool. And here's the twist. Her daughter doesn't even live with her. Yeah, you heard that right. This is what happens when there's zero accountability. And sadly, it's not a rare case. It raises a question that hits hard. Should parents be required to show exactly how child support is being spent? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're here for the drama, justice, and real courtroom moments, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe.
That wasn't my question. The child does not live with you, correct?
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
Okay. Where is it that you are working right now?
Right now I am an office manager at Walker's Dentistry.
Office manager? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do, Judge. I'm an office manager right now.
Okay. And how much is it that you make a year?
Maybe about $70,000.
$70,000. Okay.
And I'm also a single mother.
Okay. Well, congratulations. There are a lot of single mothers in this world. So that's not information that we need in terms of calculating child support, okay? How many children do you have?
I have a total of 3. I have 1 with Mr. Walker, and I have 2 with my previous husband.
Okay. All right. Continue. What is your
everything was-
reason for this child living with his mother and you're receiving child support payments? And according to your testimony, you're giving the money to his mother. Is that correct information? Is she giving the money to your mother?
That is incorrect, Your Honor.
She's making $70,000 a year, but still cashing child support checks for a child who doesn't even live with her. Let that sink in the big question. Why is she getting paid when her income already covers her needs? Child support isn't supposed to be a bonus or a side hustle. It's meant to directly support the child. Plain and simple. Now the courtroom's holding its breath as the judge prepares to make a major decision. One that could send ripples through the entire system. Because if this is allowed, how many others are slipping through the cracks just like it? Is it time for stricter rules and real oversight in child support cases? Sound off in the comments. And if you're all about justice and real courtroom drama, hit like and subscribe for more.
Is your mother here today?
She is not. My daughter's actually home sick with the flu. So she's at home with my mother right now.
Okay.
Judge, our daughter Kayla was living with me, and Blaine decided to come get her on the weekends. You know, everything was perfectly fine. She was getting along with the other kids in the house. So when Blaine started to come pick her up, and by the time he dropped her off, she would become so angry. She was fighting the other two kids. So I don't know if he was telling her things, but she would come back very...
Ma'am, there's more information than what I need.
Okay.
The bottom line is this. The child does not live with either of you, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And you're paying child support currently, but to Ms. Walker.
Correct.
And Ms. Walker, you are not paying child support at all.
No,
correct?
ma'am, I'm not.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do. You said you make $70,000 a year. Does that include any overtime or anything?
That includes overtime, yes it does.
Okay. So I have your gross at $5,833.33. Now, after taxes are taken out, that comes down to $4,625.06. Who pays health insurance for the child?
Blaine.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, how much is health insurance?
Game changer alert. The court just made a landmark ruling that turns the entire case on its head. Since it's the grandmother, not the ex-wife, who's been doing the heavy lifting and actually raising the child, the judge ruled that she's the one who should be receiving child support. This is exactly what Mr. Walker's been fighting for, and based on the facts, it's a win that finally makes sense. But here's where things get interesting. Will Miss Walker step up and pay what she owes? Or are we gearing up for round 2 in court? Drop your take in the comments. And if you're hooked on high-stakes courtroom drama, smash that like button and hit subscribe. You won't want to miss what's next.
For the past year, I've been paying $50 a month.
Okay. How often are you paid?
I get paid once a month.
So $25 a month, okay. And then you said you have 2 other children
And I
one
pay
child.
mortgage and car note. And
Ma'am, he has the same expenses. That means nothing to me. Ms. Walker, your child support is going to be set at $707.28. That includes the $682.28 for child support and $25 for health insurance. Mr. Walker, your $500 payments will be reallocated to your mother. And as I stated, Ms. Walker, that $707.28 will go directly to his mother as well, since that is who the child is living with. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is there anything else from either of you? If nothing further, you all are dismissed. Thank you.
Case dismissed. But was that really the end of the story? Or just the surface? Miss McKenna walked out with more questions than answers. Are her suspicions just denial? Or is there something she's not wrong about? And let's talk about the alleged father's final words. Was he standing in his truth? Or just putting on a show? The real question, do you believe the DNA results were the final word? Or should Miss McKenna keep pushing for answers? Maybe you think he's hiding something. Maybe the judge's hands were tied. Either way, we want to hear from you. Sound off in the comments. And if you're hooked on twists, truth bombs, and courtroom chaos, hit that like button and subscribe. Because the next case, it's even more explosive. Stay tuned.